Welcome, gamers. Welcome. We're going to be looking at Terminator Dark Fate Defiance yet again with the Uprising DLC. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving it. I just can't stop playing it. It's sort of my go-to game where I just, if I've got 10 minutes or 15, 20 minutes to spare, I'll just go and play a little bit of this game, which I'm really, really enjoying. I've started again, actually, and I thought I'd actually do a tips and tricks video for the simple reason that I actually made some mistakes in my other playthroughs, or my other playthrough that I was doing that I sort of regret now in terms of what I had set up for myself just strategically. And also, the game itself, like even though it's a fantastic game to play, there is actually a big issue with trying to sort of get the custom saves and things to sort of then work within the game itself. And I don't know how long that'll take to be fixed. So if you're sort of watching this at any time, after the time that it's recorded, it may already be fixed up. But I don't think it's a high priority to get the nitty gritty of it fixed. So I just wanted to go through those sorts of things. If you are getting into the game, awesome game, highly recommend it, but just there's a few little workarounds in terms of the difficulty settings that you probably need to be aware of. I might even start there actually, like if you start a game, like if you're in the middle of a game, if I go back into the Uprising, you'll see it in through there, you sort of choose Uprising from that side. But if I just go and load a game in, we don't really know what our difficulty settings are unless you sort of write them down somewhere. Unless you actually are just playing one of the stock standard, like normal, hard, or normal, medium, hard, or realistic. They're the four different types, or custom. And so if I'm sort of just going to the one that I'm playing in through here right now, if I just go and load that one in, it will then actually sort of just show me the. It doesn't actually give me. I'll just show you in game. So I'll just do a little bit of time before we actually start playing the game itself. I'll just go through, as I said before, just some little things that you may be wanting to if you're wanting to sort of correct things and have things sort of change. If you're sort of mid-game and wanting to change the difficulty settings, and particularly if you're wanting to turn on the custom saves within the game itself, as I said before, it's a little bit problematic at the moment. It's not very user-friendly, I guess, would be the way of describing that. And then we'll go through some tips and tricks with how to actually play the game, how to survive and do things like that as well. Now, keep your active pause on, which is your spacebar key, a lot. You will need that. But we'll just go through. So in this particular game, if I press escape and then go to my settings, if I go back to the game itself, I don't really get to know if I've got custom difficulty on, and the only way you can actually at this stage turn on the quick saves within the game itself is to go to the custom difficulty settings. But if you are wanting to play with like normal, medium, hard, or realistic, you can just click those on, but then you lose the ability to then go and do the actual custom, the quick saves. So you end up with, supposedly you end up with auto saves, but they don't work for me. So I end up, if I play with any of the standard runs in through here, I just end up essentially with no saves during the actual game itself, which is really, really frustrating. You do get some, but they're supposed to be timed for every 10 minutes or thereabouts, but it's not, that just doesn't work for me. So anyway, the only way to change it once you've started a game, and you can change it, by the way, so don't feel that when you start a game and you end up with your, whatever custom difficulty you have, that's going to be you're then stuck with it for the whole game. When you start a new game and then come back into an existing save, it will take whatever the last of the starts that you've actually then gone and done. So if I wanted to change my custom difficulty in through here, and again, it doesn't tell you specifically what your settings were, so you sort of have to almost remember what they actually were as you were sort of playing the game, which again is clunky. So let's just quickly go back out. We'll just go back into the main menu, accept. And so for me to change my difficulty settings, what I would then need to do is to go in and start a new game with a new custom difficulty. And so I'll just show you that sort of process. I won't actually do the save as such, I don't think. So you just go into campaign, new game. So you can enable quick saves, so F5, F8 by selecting custom difficulty setting. However, for best experience, we recommend playing on the standard difficulty of levels of normal. Now, this is where quick saves are disabled, but it's supposed to be automatic saves occur at least every 10 minutes. That doesn't happen for me, so I don't get that one through there. That is, for me, that bit there doesn't work, which means I really am stuck back with my quick saves. I can show you that even in that game that I just opened up, and we will go back and play a bit more of that one. But anyway, when you sort of come back in, just click on OK. So these are the settings that you end up having. So normal, you've got damage taken by players' units are low. The daily army supply consumption rate is low as well, but doesn't give you specific numbers, whereas custom does give you specific numbers, and I wish it would actually go and do it. Like if I go and click on that one through there, we've got medium, we've got hard, or high, and then we've got realistic, which is maximum, and realistic and through here. If you go to custom, if I go back to normal and then click on custom, it actually sets it up, no matter what, as realistic. So whether I'm playing with, if I click on medium and then go back to custom, it still is always set to realistic. So just be aware of that. The actual player, the damage that you end up getting, I think is that's what I'm not 100% sure. I think normal is 10% player damage, and the supply consumption I think is actually 60% or thereabouts. And then from at medium level, I think the damage then goes up to say 30, and then the supply consumption I think goes up to 70 or 80, somewhere in around there somewhere. Hard, the difficulty, the player damage goes up to 50%, and the supply just goes up a little bit more again. And then on realistic, the actual player damage is, I think, supposed to be like 100% at that point. So it doubles from 50 to 100, and the supply consumption then goes up to 100 as well. So that's where we end up. Like, so when I first started coming into this one, I just assumed that this was going to be basically on whatever it currently was, but it's not. So hopefully at some point they'll also remember what your current custom difficulty actually is before you can then go and turn it on. So by all means, if you're newish to the game, don't feel bad about putting it down to 10%. It sounds like it's really, really low, but that's actually, it's a very, very hard game to play. It's such a cool game to play, but it actually is quite difficult and very, 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 very punishing. So anyway, you've got that in through there. The other one with the AI aggressiveness, I'm just like, that tends to just always be on normal anyway, so I'm just keeping that sort of in the middle there. I don't think that really changes much across those different settings, but you can go and tweak it. Again, actually, what does that one do? Determines aggressivity of AI on strategic maps. So in this case, aggressive AI will attack players and other factions more often. Now, this can be a problem if you actually make it too aggressive. You could end up in a loop where you never get to attack. All you get to do is defend. So I would actually recommend not making it aggressive. I would just keep it back on normal or passive. Normal, it just means you're going to get some attacks that you have to defend against, but if you have it on aggressive, there has been reports that it's just a non-stop cycle of defending every single turn. And you only get to do one battle per day. So if you are targeted, you'll be doing a defensive battle on that day, and if you got on an aggressive, that can be every single day. So the strategic turns are day turns. Friendly fire is off by default. That's actually something that, again, I would keep that off personally, because it means you have to really plan exactly almost where each individual group certainly, but just making sure that they're not over the top of each other with anything. Disable pause. This is actually the I would also not recommend that you just play without pausing. Like it's one of these games where you really need to be on top of everything. Hardcore economy, I've just got that one off as well. And then enable quick saves. This is the thing that I would always be wanting to have on. But I wish that this was outside of this area and put into a different area of the setups. This is sort of one of these things that I wish it was actually. I'll just go and cancel that. But if I just go back into a new game again and just go into the difficulty, hang on, just go to cancel. If I go into the settings for the game, I sort of wish it was back in the settings, so you could turn it on or off as required. Now, I didn't save that, but if I had to save that one, started a new game, I could then quit back out of that game and then go back in to load my existing game. Let's go and talk a little bit about. So I'm sort of towards the end of a game at the moment with my 2 quick saves that I've got. You only got up to 2 quick saves, which are the F5 key, and then the F8 will then sort of allow them to come back in. You'll see down through here that the way it sort of then works is you've got the auto saves work in the sense that you've got actually this one looks like it's actually accurate to be honest. This one does look good. It's supposed to be every 10 minutes, and that one seems to have worked. So, okay, I'll have to take that back about the autosaves not working. But I have had troubles with them, and like a lot of trouble. Even in the one that I'm currently playing, I feel like I'm more than 10 minutes in. I've been playing it for hours, so it's but it's only got the one save. And so what's supposed to happen here is it's supposed to do these auto saves all the way through for about every 10 minutes or so, or until you sort of get to the end. So as things sort of happen, you'll sort of see that it is sort of changing with the actual time that it was then sort of gone and done. You also have like a before deployment. So if you make a mistake in your lead up to what you're doing, you can actually go back and reload and then replay what you're doing as well. So I would highly recommend that you save scum that way. Just read a few of the comments here. Hi Began and Sev, how you going? Slow mode for some reason. I'm not sure what you mean there. Sorry, Sev. I feel like it's been in slow mode for quite some time now. What's that? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, so the Twitch gives me the Wheels of Doom time to move it. YouTube, I'm not sure what you mean there. Sorry, Sev. I'm not understanding that at all. Bruce is saying, morning, Daz. Hope you're well. Slow mode is the chat restriction on messages. Oh, that shouldn't be. I didn't think. Hang on. Just let me see if I can correct that. Not sure where I actually changed that, to be honest. This is my stream manager. And no, that's not it. I don't know, actually. I don't know where I changed that, to be honest. Oh, hang on, slow mode. Not sure how to change it. Chat settings. Nope, not seeing it there. Oh, hang on, slow mode. That's only 5 seconds. That's enough. Like, you know, it shouldn't be. If you're pumping out chat more than every 5 seconds, there's something wrong. So yeah, not a big deal. Yeah, it's only 5 seconds. Like, it's either 3 or 5. Your choices. The default is 30. So I'm not going to bother changing that. Yeah, so being saying I'm in slow mode, but I thought, yeah, it comes up with slow mode. I wonder why it highlights it when the actual. I'll just double check. That is, the slow mode is 5 seconds. I'll make it 3 if that's what you want. That's all I can really do. So I've got no real choice. Yeah, okay. I'll make it 3 seconds. If you need to be pumping out the spam, you can now do so. So there we are. We'll just go and I'll just leave it there. Unless you thought it was 30 seconds, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I don't think that you need less than 5 seconds, do you? In reality. Hi Bruce, how you going? So on YouTube, we've got. I'm sure that Twitch. Hope Twitch fixes its wheeling issue at some point. Been really bad for a month or so. I much prefer their chat options and settings in YouTube. But when one platform is interruptionless, stream is the way to watch. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, at least to people from Australia who follow. To the USA, the issue is just occasional. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, so Sev's now moved across to YouTube. So I got it in the YouTube chat. So there we are. Anyway, let's. I'll just quickly go back through these again. So by all means, go back to your before deployments when you're sort of doing attacks, and so that you can actually sort of then go and tweak things. If you're sort of finding that you get into a game and you're struggling, that's something that I would highly recommend. I might just show you this aspect as well. Like, so with this one here, the one that we're currently playing, if I go into before deployment and just load that one back in. So Valance is saying, able to play as the machine side for these campaigns? No, you can only play as the founders, so only this group in through here. Now this one here is, we were attacking up this way. I'll just quickly go through what the other options are that you've got. So I was attacking this particular mode. If I go and open these up, you'll sort of see down total elimination. You'll need to make enemy lose all their ticket points before you. Each team loses ticket points for lost units. If you control more control points than your enemy will lose 1 ticket point every few seconds. Now I avoid these fights because it's all about timing and aggression, which means you're going to lose units. So I tend to avoid anything that's got total elimination. It will actually change from day to day. So if I go back to another day, that will then sort of tweak. So I have a bit of a look around. This one down through here is total elimination as well. This one up through here is domination. So this, when you've got a domination attack, the domination attack is literally where you are waiting for a wave of enemies to come at you. You defend as best you possibly can, and then you can go on the attack, which is sort of what we're doing now. So domination, the main purpose of this kind of battle is to capture all the points before the enemy does, or hold at least 1 control point before time comes if you defend the sector. Now the speed of your replacements will then come through. The more of these you capture, the faster your replacements will then be able to be coming. But I tend to find that I don't really have a big problem with that anyway, so it's not really a massive issue for me. I tend not to also really worry too much about what rewards I'm going to be getting from the different locations. We do actually have a few different things at each location. This can be a little bit, you can sort of go and buy different bits and pieces at the time if you need to, but it's not something that I used to actually really concern myself with it, but not so much anymore. So that there becomes viable. This one here is a total elimination again, which means it's timed. And this one here is a domination, which means that this one could also then be taken on. One thing with the one that I'm currently playing, so I went up into this one here, which was a domination victory. If I go back to my army, I have, unfortunately, at the end of the previous one, I've already upgraded all my units, and I did come across a helicopter, and I didn't actually choose a helicopter pilot. I've actually, with these technicians that have leveled up, I've just gone with Tank Olympics, which allows them to drive tanks, just because you tend to find more of those in the early part of the game. But really what I should have done was had one helicopter pilot group, and I didn't do that. So that's actually sort of a bit of an issue. In terms of just planning, I should have actually had, you can see there, anything with 4 units in it is going to be able to be used for driving tanks. But I don't actually have any that can, unfortunately I don't have any that can actually drive helicopters, and just having one would have been extremely useful for this particular mission that we were going into. That was a mistake I made with this one. I could go back even further and actually go back in and if I just go back into load game, if I go back to the final, this one here, S6, this is the autosave S6 interchange complete. If I go back and load that one in, this will be before I then actually have my, before I then start to plan for anything. Now if I come back into this one here, it just gives me a summary as to what actually happened. And this one may, then, that's still domination. Just go back out. Total elimination, yeah, it's still got the same deal in through there. Total elimination and total elimination and domination there. Yeah, so it's kept the same planning in through that side. The difference here though is that I can now go in and go back to my army, and I'll now actually have the various upgrades available. So I could go back in if I wanted to and just go and resave. Now the maps themselves also have random elements, so I'm not going to worry about doing that one, but this one here has got the little plus. So I could have gone to this guy and said, look, Ma, I'm a pilot, and actually gone and confirmed that particular one to then allow him to then go and actually fly the helicopters. And at the time I thought, you don't tend to find many helicopters in the early part of the game. We did find one, and unfortunately I don't have any that are set up that way. So when you're planning to do that sort of stuff as well, just be aware of those. The other thing, I think I'll just go back to before we sort of, actually this one here is fairly interesting as well. We ended up bringing a lot of, we ended up bringing 2 Bradleys back out of this particular mission at the end of it. So we ended up like just trying to take as many vehicles as you possibly can with you when you actually leave. certain one of them, they're all going to have like a cost. So if you go back to the Bradleys, these are essentially going to have a cost, like a daily a supply consumption there of 2,800 supplies. And so with our supplies, we're getting 21,000 in through this other side. So be aware of this this consumption rate. You want to make sure that you have a lot of supplies coming in. So don't have too many unnecessary vehicles. Like for example, I've got these vans, etc., which are going to cost me only $4.20 per day. The technicals are $4.20 per day. These aren't too bad, but they're pretty useless. So just be aware of that. You don't really want a lot of them. So these are all, like, the fact that we've sort of got so many of these coming in. I could be changing that by a factor of a couple of thousand just by getting rid of those particular vehicles. So just be aware of that one as well. The Humvees. Now the Humvees in through this other side, we do actually have, I've changed these and I found these to be quite effective. If I just hover over these and have a bit of a look to see what we can actually then bring in. If I hover over these cannons in through this other side, you sort of notice that they can be applied to things like the dozers, etc. This is actually a mounted recoilless rifle, which is a universal anti-tank and anti-personnel means provided with powerful high explosive anti-tank and high explosive shells. This is a really, really good cannon. So if you've got the option to get a few of these, it's certainly worth doing. So what I did in the current game that I'm playing, I ended up placing them on the Humvees, because when I come back down to here and hover over it, it can also then be placed on any of these different these lights as well as the tractors. The tractors it's a bit wasted on, I think, but for the Humvees, which have got better armor anyway natively than the vans or the technicals, and we don't actually get a list of what the actual armor is on there's no actual data, unfortunately, in the game about that. But just be aware that is actually something where the Humvees will typically have more survival power than the technicals. The technicals will have better survival power than the vans. But the vans can actually can carry equipment. So you've got all these different things in through here as well, like these different, and you've got like an area through here where you can actually go and take stuff off existing vehicles and make use of just like a pool of stuff that you don't have to pay for. In this case, we do have to pay for this mounted recoilless rifle. If I go to the Humvee, this one here is just using purely its normal gun mount. This one through here as well, just normal gun mount. I can certainly grab that one. I can either bring it back into there and just buy it, so I'll accept that one, and then I can go and replace that gun. Again, if before you start to fix up all of your ammo, throughout, just make sure that you change what weapons you want before you actually start to update things, because we need to then resupply that particular one. Cost 1,200. So again, it costs a fair bit to get these things sort of back where they want. This one here also just to refuel it a little bit. So this now has high explosive anti-tank and just high explosive frag rounds. So these are very, very good against vehicles. So so this has now gone from being like in this case here, we have a gun mount with a 50 cal, which is great against infantry. But these are quite useful to have them with the high explosive anti-tank shells. They can be surprising because they can move so quickly. So you can sort of move these in. You just can't stay in the fight. You almost need to come in, do a shot or two, then move back out of the way. This other Humvee through here has still got its old gun mount, so just be aware of the loadouts that you have. There are certain things you can actually go and get as well, like there's this one here, this grenade launcher, which can fire over the top of other buildings, etc. It's sort of limited in its use, to be honest. It's sort of interesting, but it's a bit more limited. Then we've got things, for example, like the hot light howitzer. Again, this is more going to be like artillery. So be careful where you put what you put it onto. Like you can sort of place this one, for example, on a light platform, back and through this other side. As we sort of come back up again, just watching to see what they can then go and do. To place that on the striker, like if I go back to the striker up through here, and then go and put this grenade launcher, that's going to be a bit of a waste to do that one, because the striker you also want to have in the front line. So just be aware. Like we can put like the minigun, which is actually great against infantry. So the in this case, what we've got is a remote control 50 cal. So we do have a 50 cal in through there. The minigun's going to do a better job. Like it's going to do more damage. So again, just sort of plan what you're going to have with your different forces. And again, if you sort of go through each of the actual units, you can drag things off. For example, this one's got like the light rotary 20mm cannon, which is different to this one through here. You do have a mounted minigun through that side. This Bradley has just got its standard light cannon back and through that side, so you may want to upgrade that particular slot there. So this is not going to do a hell of a lot of damage. The striker again, just standard. The digger is standard. That one there is doesn't have a slot. So you could actually then, they've got good survivability, got like a lot of armor. So you can sort of bring them in to do different things. So you can sort of then go and bring in the gun mounts, etc., with those sorts of things. Sometimes you'll find that these have got also special equipment on them, and if you want to make use of them, this one's got like a really, really powerful light plasma cannon. So this is an excellent combination of firepower and rate of fire, extremely effective against light vehicles, less effective against infantry. But this is something that we may want to make use of. It's sort of worth 800, and so just drag it from there to there, and then it'll just go back to having its standard 25mm cannon. If I hover over that one, we can see there that Bradley can then make use of that. So I can replace that light cannon with that if I wanted to, and actually get like a plasma cannon on that particular one. Just resupply it, and again, it's expensive to get those shots, but we then sort of start to sort of make our way through. So by fixing these sorts of things up and taking the stuff off the existing, just go through every single element you bring back out. There's another one of those light rotary 20mm cannons. Take that one off there, just because I will use this, but not a lot. So I've taken these out of the previous game. They're not going to have much. That's just stock standard. So as long as it's sort of, if it's grayed back slightly, you don't really have a choice. There's another light rotary cannon, so you can sort of bring that one in as well. So you can just take them off there and then put them on your other vehicles if you're wanting to. Anyway, let's go back to the game that we were playing, and actually, I'll do that one, and then we'll just go and sort of start to just play from where I ended up. But you're essentially managing waves of units. So if I just go back out, load the game, and I'll just go back and go my quick save. So you've only got 2 quick saves that just alternate between themselves. So you just go and load in. And by all means, save scumming in this game can be fairly important, I find. Megan saying, I'm hoping that they add playing as machines one day. Yeah, I think that I think this is really just like a very, very first step of something that's going to be quite exciting for this game. Like, it's such a great game, and so it wouldn't be at all surprised to see changes. In fact, they sort of mentioned that as well when Uprising did come. It sort of it just gives them a lot of opportunities to do different things with the game moving forward. So I would expect that this is sort of like a step one of or what will probably be a fairly involved process of changes over time, which I'm really looking forward to. So I love this mode of being able to sort of go and do things. I'll just go and pause here. So when you play, I'll just go through a few other little tips and things that I've sort of picked up over my time playing this game. You can see down through here, if I just go through the different equipment that I've actually brought on, I'm up to a phase where I've got different reserves that I can bring in. There's the helicopter that I'm not going to be able to make use of, unfortunately, so that's abandoned. I've got no way to bring that one back out. So unfortunately, by not having a pilot, we don't actually have any way to go inside that one. So we lose that, unfortunately, the helicopter. One thing with it's the layout of where your units actually go and what they do. Just be aware that you need to have vision on what's actually happening. So you need to be able to spot different areas of the map. And so in this case, I've got my snipers in through here, and you can set everything up where you can even change what they're going to, what type of equipment they're going to be using, and how that's going to then sort of be operating. So you can flick things off where they don't use certain equipment. Certainly do that with certain troops. Like if you need to, like for example, I often do that with my rangers. So I've got rangers in through here, where if I don't want to be them to be going through their frag grenades, which can be really, really useful in certain situations, you can just flick them off so that they don't become an automatic fire of what they then end up going and doing. Each unit type also has its own special abilities, and the Rangers are very, very good at armor. And if you're unsure about the way that works, just press the escape and just go to the encyclopedia, and you'll then be able to go to your group and then have a look to see actually what they have. And it'll just give you a bit of a rundown, in terms of their vision, sort of what they can spot, the camo in through here, which sort of allows them this is essentially their this is like their defense, I guess. This is the way you sort of think of that one through there. The close quarters combat, this is actually their ability to then fight inside buildings using the assault command. And then their vitality is essentially like their health. If we go and have a look at the other one here, this one here, vitality should always be pretty much the same. These ones are sort of like more of a cut down version. These ones fire more at long range and at distance. They're not really good at assault. Camo in through here again, it's essentially like their ability to defend themselves, and again just their vision. So we're going to sort of see that the vision and the vitality are pretty much the same with what they end up having, but very, very different in terms of what they can then go and do. And it's worth having, as you sort of get the different units, it's worth having a look at these to sort of see what each unit can do. These, for example, are engineers, which is sort of funny because they use shotguns, but they're very, very bad at close quarters combat. So don't use them for assaults. These are sort of more for other things. These can also drive tanks, etc. They can do other sorts of things like that as well. So again, they've got fairly good protection, but they're not good at sort of assaulting, which it's sort of funny. It doesn't seem right the way that sort of does work. And then as you sort of come back through, even things like, for example, the Bradleys, great off-road capabilities. The ammo supply is low. The vision is lowish. I don't know why the camo is low there. I think it actually maybe even sort of like being able to be spotted. Have a look at the Bradley. Sorry, the Abrams is our best unit, and so this one will have the best armor. We're not actually seeing armor in through here, to be honest. So that's actually a bit misleading with what I was just saying there before. But in this case, the Abrams is our strongest, so this is the best armor amongst founders, but we don't actually get any numbers on what that actually is. This has got much, much better survivability than the Bradley. The Bradley has got much, much better survivability than the Striker, which is down there. And then the Striker is sort of like a good, sort of general purpose type unit. The Striker has got better survivability than the Humvee, but then the Humvee is sort of like better again than what we sort of see with the. If we go back into the Marauders, they've got the things, for example, like a lot of the equipment we end up sort of taking will be either Marauder equipment, could be cartels. What's that got? That's got a Humvee as well. The Integrators. Yeah, it's all different. Sorry, that's a combo between Legion, which is the Terminator units, and it must be Movement that's got these other ones. Yeah, Movement's got the technicals and so on and so forth. But these don't have. These really don't have very good armor, and the Vans, of course, don't have good armor either. So just be aware that you sort of like you got a bit of a combination of these different types of units. We do even have some of these as well, like we've got the technicians, which are coming in to drive everything. We've got we do actually have this combination of RPG squads. The RPG squads are really, really important to sort of have these in different positions. When you're playing the game, though, just be aware that if we just go back and resume the game, you need to be setting up, like in this case, I've got there's a whole lot of homunoculi, which are and again, if you wanted to just go back to the encyclopedia and just sort of see what the Terminator units are that you're dealing with. So you've got these are homunoculi in through here. And so these are cheap humanoid cyborgs based on an outdated model from before Legion. These have got good armor, so they actually sort of are better than the humans with what they actually go and do. So these are the sort of like the I guess the standard Terminator units that we sort of see in the game. Then we've also then got these Rev 6s. Once you see these are much, much more powerful than the homunoculi. So these are very hard to destroy. The homunoculi, if you've got the firepower, they're not really too difficult, and so they're not too bad. Other things we're going to be seeing is we've got some swarm scouts. We've seen some of these swarm scouts with explosives, which will do a lot of damage. we're seeing a lot of wolf packs as well, which are like more sort of scout type units. And then we've got all the different vehicles. Now, the one vehicle that I'm actually wary of and trying to avoid is if I haven't come across any in this particular mission yet, but any tanks. A Terminator tank is really probably the best thing in the game. Like, it's incredibly strong, and so it's going to be very, very hard if we come up against these. In that case, we're going to have to find other ways to destroy it rather than just taking it out in the open. So at the moment, when we have a look at this, if I just go back and resume the game again, we've got a group of homunoculi back and through this other side, and there's 2 units that have been killed out of that particular group. We've got a group of wolf packs sitting in behind him through here, where one of them has been taken out. We've got another group of homunoculi back in through this other side as well, where there's a full stack. There's more coming this way as well. So actually, is that the same group as that one? Yeah, it is the same group as that one. And there'll be more and more coming into this region. This is now the front line as to where we're sort of fighting across this road. And so we've got our forces in this very, very strong. If I just go back to these, you'll see there that the actual little protection element is full. If I go back to, for example, that one there is half. So either half or full means you will get some protection, but don't go into these buildings here which don't actually have any sort of colour through the shield. They will fall down and kill your soldiers very, very easily. So just don't go into those sorts of buildings. So that's a problem. This one into here, if we just go back into this building, that is a problem being in that one. So I shouldn't actually be in that one. I've just got them sitting back at this point in time. So at the moment, we've got the homunoculi back and through here. I did have this Bradley, which has got the chain gun, and I'm out of the anti-tank guided missiles at this point in time, so I need to go and get this one up, because this has been one of the main ways we've been taking out weaponry. And this again will be very, very good if we do come across a tank. We're just going to need to find an effective way of actually getting the tank to to sort of come into its into where it can be spotted. So I did actually have it up, also firing down into the homunoculi down through here. But there's also another piece of equipment that I do want to get hold of at the back here. It looks like it's got another plasma cannon on it. This is a heavy platform, so I don't want to destroy this, and it will be destroyed if our units fire around it. And so it's already taken some damage, and so I'm trying not to sort of deal damage to that. What we can do is we can draw the enemy forward by moving further back, and then sort of allowing them to attack again across the road, which may be okay. We've got another vehicle through here, an abandoned striker. I haven't tried to get these just yet. We have picked up a Humvee that was there. As I said before, the helicopter in the middle of the road, can't do anything with that one. And we have a couple of other ones that we've seen as well, but I can't actually get across to those just yet. So I'm just trying to not pick up the vehicles or even damage them at this stage, because I want to bring them out from what I'm doing. Another tip is to not buy the vehicles, like when you're in between games, because you will be paying upkeep on them anyway. So just try to take what you can from the actual map itself. I've got a supply truck coming back up into this other side. I'm just going to go and tell it to move in behind this particular unit, and then we'll resupply and get this one resupplied back up again. With all of the units that are coming in through here, these here, the RPG squads are great against armor, but terrible against everything we can see down through here. So this is not going to help me at all, unless we find more armor. So I'm thinking I'm going to start to bring everything else back. Also, the line of sight is really important in the game. So you don't need to have everyone in the buildings. Behind the buildings, they often can't be seen. It's a bit hard to sort of see on different, like you can only get down to a certain level of, getting down very, very low. These aren't all that well protected, but they do have some protection in the sort of concrete area. But if we got down low, they may be able to still shoot through the building at us. But some buildings like this one here, for example, it's much harder to shoot through the windows here. And so in this case, having these guys, I've just got them standing behind the building, which will give them probably reasonable protection anyway with what they're doing. They've laid some mines down through this other side. So I'm thinking that I'd be pretty better off trying to draw these guys away from that, just so I can then sort of ultimately make more use of this in through here. I might start to bring some of these units. This one's now injured. Let's just go and bring it back in. And again, if I tell it to stand behind other buildings, that will then be protected from it. This one here, I'm really not happy with that. I'm just going to move that one back into there. I've changed these as well to have like a, there's different modes. So I've got the behavior here is the shield mode, which is ambush mode. We'll only attack once it's seen or the enemy is very close, which is not really going to be all that great for these RPG squads, but they can be very important. So probably the best way of doing this is to try to ambush as you go through. In fact, I'm going to move that one back out as well. So I'll move that one across, which will just leave the rangers in here. I've got the snipers in this side really just for scouting ahead, just to sort of see what we can spot. And so that's the main reason that they're there. Everything else is looking pretty good here. We do actually have like a lot of we've got the Humvees with those special with the special anti-tank pellets in through that side. So I've got I do also have one of these which I've got at the back here, which is it's got like an ability to then go and sort of fire fairly effectively. I probably have now sort of secured enough of this, and you can see down through there that the enemy reserves are really running low, which means that the waves of attacks will, once that goes to zero, whatever the waves are when they finish, and at the moment we're really just sort of going up against their waves of reinforcements, and so we're just trying to it's a game of attrition at the moment before we can then go on the attack. But I might even move that one up, so I'll just move that one up into a more central position, maybe sort of even back in around here somewhere. So I'll just get that tractor to bring this trailer up. Got one of the others into there. Got the two Bradleys. Got this Bradley back over here, which has got an RPG squad inside it. And it's really just protecting this zone. We did see a whole lot of homunoculi actually move through this area at one point. We do have some rangers back over here as well, just sitting there waiting for any sort of movement that comes down this other side. I don't want to move up there just yet. The striker is sort of in the middle of the map and is just waiting for, again, any movement that comes down this other side. Might just move that up a little bit as well. And then we've got the other Bradley that we saw in through there. We've got that one there we had a look at, which again, just dragging that one around. And we've got one more, which I'm keeping fairly central, and it's because there's been a lot of movement through here as well. So I've sort of got this one in a sort of a surprise attack position. This has taken out so many enemy. It's been unbelievable, actually. Just the other sorts of units then nail them down, and then this thing just comes out, pops in around the corner, takes it out with its firepower, and then goes back again. And so we've got two of those. I've got this one here as well. I think I'll just keep that one where that is as well. This one's, again, I don't want to go onto this area and get blown up, but these have been really quite effective at taking out the enemies with their high explosive anti-tanks. All right, let's just unpause the game.
Got one in our sight.
So we can see that they're sort of firing away. Now the Rangers, I might just get them to start firing at this group.
Man down. Can we blast them?
See, that's now all coming back up and away.
Target spotted.
Oh, that's... Right, so we've now got armour coming through. This is another wave where we've got hunter platforms, HC platforms. These can be transporting more homunoculi. That's a carrier platform. That's definitely going to have homunoculi in there. This one just took some damage. Let's get this one back out of the way. This one's just arrived, so let's now just go and get the this one refreshed. Here we go, anti-tank guided missiles. Want these right out of the way. So we're going to now draw them forward. There we are, we're seeing more homunoculi coming back in this way. It becomes quite tricky with what does go on. So we've got the these guys here. So we're going to now give the middle of the map up, and it really doesn't matter. It's all about the sort of like setting up these ambush fields of fire, etc. I'm going to move that one even further back. I'm going to keep that one where that is. The Rangers I'm going to keep back in here as well. There's nothing really for us to get. This thing is now coming back up, which should be able to take out the homunoculi if they sort of come back through this gap. So that should be more what it does, but it's going to be these hunter platforms and things can do a lot of damage as they sort of come through. Alright, let's just get this thing geared up. We've got 5 of 7, still getting all of this stuff loaded up. There we go.
Target spotted.
So do all of its stuff, and not seeing all of that just yet. Oh, here they come. Alright, so we're going to have the ability here to take this one out. So I'm now going to attack this one here with the the RPGs. These have got a short range, but they can do this can be fairly effective. So let's just go for that one there and sort of smash that one. These are now all hidden. Just get the Rangers in behind this area. So rather than going into the house, which can then sort of cause big issues, we can sort of just essentially just create traps for them. Now this one is pretty much now geared and ready to go again. But where's the others? So we've sort of now lost vision of the other areas. Let's just see if these guys can take it out. Here they come. Right, so we are now getting more. This is the hunter platform coming back up. In this case, I'm now just going to tell it that this is the one I want it to take out. So we will now use what it's got there. We're just going to go and pack up the supplies, and we will then go and retreat again. Bang. Once we've got these anti-tank guided missiles, they really do a big job of destroying all this sort of stuff. These guys are going to struggle, so I'm going to now move them out. They're not going to be able to take this one out. But I can use the anti-tank guided missiles to get rid of the other ones. So I'm just going to go and tell it that this is now its target. So we'll just go and do that one, and then we may have to sort of resupply it yet again. In this case, I'm just going to reverse this one back away from the front, and I think it's time to move this one out. We don't want to be losing any of these units. This one's healing up nicely, which is good. These guys are now moving into position. There's only one more homunoculi left there. This one has now come back into position, and again, with friendly fire off, I can then just, the other vehicles that are here will then just, do what they can to get the job done. So that should all be okay. Just have another quick look around to see if there's any more red dots, which it really is just now all happening in the middle here. There's more homunoculi coming in through this other side. One of them is down. More a carrier platform again, which is sort of coming back through. Their vehicles are very, very strong. Just move forward to do the job. We're doing damage in through there. Again, I'm trying to avoid shooting in around this other side. This carrier platform is now sort of now coming through the middle. Time for us to try to take that one out with this guy. So I'm just going to go and move that one up. So because this one can take those out fairly effectively, these not so much with what they actually have, the striker and also this platform. I'm just going to keep on moving that one across. We're doing damage here, unfortunately. And I want to keep that striker, so I'm just going to turn off the bullets and just go in with the anti-tank guided missile.
Got him in our side. Got it. Everywhere.
Yeah, that one's doing a job there, which is good. That one can come back and heal up, which is fine. I will now turn this one on again because this is now far enough away. So we'll turn back on all of the different bullets, and we'll try for this one now. I'm still trying to get away.
Moving to position.
been taken out largely.
Reporting. Firing on target.
And I'll go this way.
Yes, go.
Got him. Okay, that's good. And so these guys here, ultimately, we're not taking any damage there just yet, and that one's fine as well. It's the armoured carrier. And so it's actually sort of got like the big gun on the back of it, which is now sort of firing along. But we did take the bigger gun even away from that one through there. So this one is now moved up.
Here.
I think we did fire. I'm not sure who took that one out, to be honest. So got homunoculi back through there. I'm just going to reverse this one back away again.
Got it.
I'm just going to avoid these areas in through here. The nothing else happening up that way, so it's really all just happening down in this corner.
Target acquired. RPG's in place. Want us to take the shot?
Got it. Okay, so we took that one out. No real problem. Alright, so we've still got 5 anti-tank guided missiles on this thing. I'd like to try to keep it up, but you can see there the enemy reserves are now really running low, which means we shouldn't see too many more waves like this coming through. That one is still actually okay. That one we did see took a shot there, this particular one, against with these homunoculi. So there's one homunoculi there which is actually firing fairly effectively. And I'm just going to now move this one back again to this position, and we'll move this one back up to its position as well, and we'll just go and get it resupplied yet again. I'm just going to go and tell these guys to heal up. That one there is fine, and they're sort of they're all okay as well at this stage. There we go. The machine guns on this one are extremely effective against the homunoculi. So we've now sort of taken out those two areas. So we've sort of covered this zone. I'm glad we moved that one back up. Probably time now to do another quick save. So just press F5 again, and if we then go back out and then go to load game, so we've now got this one here that's just been saved. But God, I'm really enjoying this so much. It's such a great game. Okay, so Valanus is saying, are you able to play? Yeah, it's machine sites. No, I think I mentioned that one before. Hope that they do our that would be good. Hi Tenru, how you going? Screenplay saying hi as well. So is that playing as the Resistance or as DasNet? Can't tell. So we're playing as the Resistance. The founders essentially are the Resistance, and so these are sort of like a dynamic campaign where whatever we come back with from the fights is what we end up having to then use for the as we move forward. So we've sort of picked up this particular Bradley, which is just so useful. We actually picked up in the last map, and it's been such a good find. So we're not going to. All we're going to be able to do against Legion, we can't really salvage their equipment, but we can just find other things on the map, which is why I don't really want to destroy them if I can help it. So I don't really want to go near this unless I sort of do something a bit more strategic. So I don't really want to be using the big Bradley to do that one. These are all healing up, so I'll just let them do what they're going to do. That's now been healed back up again as well. So we're seeing other units that have just appeared now. So this is actually the wolf pack. Different wolf pack from here has now come back up, and so shouldn't be able to do too much. There's 2 groups there. Now these here are really bad. It's just a standard swarm. That's okay. I'm going to move this away. I'm going to move this one back out. The explosive swarms are the ones we have to be very careful of. Oh, that is explosive. Okay. Yeah, they're the ones we have to be really mindful of. If we start to see them, we have to destroy them because they can do a lot of damage to when we have clustered areas. So I'll move the RPG guys away. We'll unload this as well. Yeah, so there's more coming, but we are able to take them out with the machine guns. The machine guns are really, really important. So we're still firing with this one as well, down to 14. Yeah, so we are sort of firing at different things here with explosive abilities. And so this is the last of the swarms. There we go. Didn't do any damage, except that if we had been inside these buildings, it would have been very, very damaging for us. Now, the enemy reserves are now finally gone, so we can now sort of start to sort of plan our way through. We're not going to see any more waves, essentially, unless they're already on the map. So we might just wait a little bit longer. So I just play fairly cautiously with this one. This one here, we're back up to full strength again. So to take out this group in through this other side, we've brought the homunoculi that were in the middle here forward. What I think I'll do is I'll turn off some of the guns that we've got. So this is a we've got the 7.6 caliber rounds in through there, standard machine gun ammo, effective against infantry and light vehicles. I'll turn off the anti-tank guided missiles. This is armor piercing and incendiary rounds. I'm going to turn that off as well, and this is high explosive incendiary rounds. So I'll turn those off. So we're just going to go in with this, the low caliber, which shouldn't do too much damage to this heavy platform if we do happen to have sort of fire that goes beyond it. So we'll just move this one up and just see if we can take out those locations with that. I want this one to heal up, so I'm not going to move that one around at all. And in the meantime, we'll just let things sort of move forward.
Got a visual on.
Hang on, we've got a visual again, so we're getting more information. Another one of these. Okay, so we've got another one coming through. We know that these can deal with that, so we'll just stay where we are. Keep that one where that is as well. It's not quite in position. This is an HC platform, which are not all that powerful.
Enemy incoming. Enemy fire.
We can do this one with machine guns. There we go. Now that was fired by this guy. We're down to 13 now, so it just fired high explosive frag rounds, and so it did the damage that way. So that got taken out. These are so useful with this cannon on it. These little guys, they do such a good job. Anyway, that's another one. So we'll just keep on moving forward.
Got it. Got company.
Oh, here we go again. There's more coming. So just stay where we are.
Bad trouble coming. Contact.
I'm just going to stop this one. Yeah, I'll just stay back. I'll just move this one back as well. I want that one to move in once we. So it looks like we are just dealing with this last wave. Moving that one out of the way. So we're sort of essentially surprising it. Now it's done damage to the striker. I'm going to now move this one up to try to take that one out, because it really is good at finishing things off.
Reporting.
I'm going to reverse this one right back. And again, that's the guy. Oh, we've got another. Now we're sort of getting spider units coming back in. These really can't survive all that well, and that one's just on the limit. So I'm just going to go and move this one back. So we'll just go and reverse all the way back down to here, and just allow that spider unit to then come back through. In here, we're just going to go and repair. These are still actually all okay. You can sort of see that any damage that's done up through the side here. Really want these to just hold on. So this is all part of like the final wave. In fact, what have we got over through this other side? We've got more homunoculi coming through the gap, through the middle. All right. Reload system has been damaged in there. I'm just going to move that one in behind this area. So that's going to be a bit more damaging, this that spider unit, as it's sort of coming down. It's got rockets.
Gotta help me.
We'll fix this one up.
Give it time to repair.
Now that has taken damage. Even like the armor's not fantastic on this, so I could even use the snipers to sort of help to damage that.
Eliminate target.
So let's just go and do that. The striker is now also ready to come back up.
Open fire!
And with our guys with the RPGs, these are quite long, quite low distance. Like I need to be sort of in sort of like in areas where I can do surprise damage with those. So that's not really going to be all that helpful. Good. They're taking on the snipers, and the snipers are in this strong building, so they're not going to really be surprised by that one through there. So that one's not really going to be an issue. So again, we should be able to now take this one out with these other vehicles. Took a little bit of damage there. So it's surprised there. This guy is still... that's ready to go.
What do you need? Fire everything!
Now the snipers did take a bit of damage with that, with these rockets that are coming through. Let's move them back out of the building now, and we just stay behind the building. They can't really be seen at that stage. Got it. Okay, we don't need to do anything with that one. Just going to keep this one back where it is. That one can now come back out. So that's a bit more dangerous for us, depending on what we're actually firing on it with. But we still haven't seen any tanks yet. So just got to hope that we don't actually come across any tanks. We still only have the low damage equipment in here. Let's just move this one forward. Like this. There's still homunoculi back on the other side. Here we are. So we've got another carrier platform there, which doesn't really have any real equipment on it. So I'm just going to go and turn on the other explosives. So there should be homunoculi in this building, and I don't really want to be dealing with that. So maybe we'll go down this road here. Putting the flank to it is not a good idea. Now that's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage. Let's just go and turn these two on. We'll take that carrier out. Now we can't see through that building there. Didn't blow up. Just may not be seeing it all that effectively. So just while we're going in here, we'll just move this one in a little bit. Now, some of them are saying that they've got a target, which means that there's there must be more red on the map here somewhere. There they are. There's homunoculi in the middle there. I don't think I can do much with that just yet. Oh, there we go. And we've got this as well. But it's like multiple groups actually. Let's move up to that area there.
Some of our guys.
Okay, we've just come across another. Oh, this one here. Yeah, we've got this one.
Found an abandoned vehicle. I've marked it.
And now we should be able to take these one out. These aren't anywhere close enough to this one here to be of concern. I'll just do another F5 at this point. Just another quick save. RPG surprise attack on it. Yes, that's really the way to do it, is to sort of lay traps and allow them to get close with things. But a lot of the what's that group in through there? There's another wolf pack. Where's that firing? Okay, homunoculi now coming through the middle here. We can take them out with these. This is now healed up fairly well. What I might do is I might just now move the refueler, resupply. We've still got 3,000 supply left on it. So we'll move that one across into a more central location just to sort of get all of these guys fueled up before we, or sort of supplied up before we then move any further forward. If we have to, we should be fairly open now. Let's just move down into here. Whoa. Alright, so we have something firing at us from in here. So this is going to be very, very damaging for me, so I need to quickly get away. Come on, move away, move away.
Combat ready.
Come on. Whatever it was, oh, it's this thing here. HC platform. So we've taken damage now to our reloading. I'm just going to turn on the anti-tank guided missiles, and we'll take that one out. Got it. Okay, that's good. So that's now sort of working. So the Bradley is, yeah, it's actually not too bad. Let's just keep it going. Just going to turn them back off again. We only really want them in very specific positions. So there's heaps of them in here that we have to get rid of. What have they got back down that way? We've got more homunoculi coming. Destroyed. Alright, so we now need to just reverse back up again.
Got it.
We need to fix that up.
Bradley, taking fire. Got threats ahead.
Moving off. Right, let's fix this one up now. And I might just do another F5 there. And just see if this is going to be okay. So they'll fix up the Bradley. There we are. We're back up and running again. Yeah, we've taken out one of those. But this is going to be hard to dislodge all of these. Damn, keep on doing damage to me. Yeah, we're just not quite getting what we need here. See how we're sort of really smashing them though? Like we're getting rid of a lot of them. Just keep going. One's down. Okay, so we still need to heal to fix this one up again as well. So we'll just quickly go out and do that. So that's good. We sort of cleared out a lot of those. We didn't get anywhere close to this one through here. Flag is saying just sending Chuck Norris into that building. Well, if we're playing against the Legion, we do have to be careful because they fight very effectively. We do actually have grenades with our rangers. We have EMP grenades, which will then disable the soldiers, will disable the homunoculi. So we can use them in that capacity to sort of take them in. Now we're still not seeing any real positions in here. Let's just keep this one where it is. Let's get that one. Oh, damn, here we go again. We are getting rid of them. More and more though with the RPGs that they're using. Reload system has been damaged. Yeah, there's lots of them in here. But 4 different groups. So we're getting rid of some of them, but they certainly still have a lot going on. Remember down. That's not what we want. So I'm going to go and reload in because I do want to keep all of these guys going. So I'm just going to load and do a save scum. There we go. Actually, it looks like it is now sort of saving a little bit the way it should, which is good. Just go and load that one in. Just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. Yeah, we might have to send in different people to take out that. We might have to use the EMP grenades if we can.
Enemy sighted. Good as new.
Now, with all of these coming through, I think I'll just take out a little bit more and then we'll sort of get out of here. Yeah, reload system damage. Let's start reversing back up. Now we did bring the supply across this way, didn't we? No, we didn't.
On the move.
We're healed up.
I'm bad running again.
Now to move in against these is going to be fairly difficult with the ranges, etc. But we'll, I think we'll move these. We'll get these ranges
Ready to drive.
supplied.
Rangers reporting.
Here we go. We might just turn off those frag grenades for now.
Affirmative.
And I'll get the standard squad in as well.
Infantry squad ready.
Just going to make them go into standard mode
Get moving, squad.
because they'll probably need to be the ones that will take out a lot of these when they're in the buildings. Yeah, that's a strong building, even though it's rubble.
Ready. Where to?
Now we're down to still 2,000 ammo supplies, which is not too bad.
Rocket squad. Time to move.
Let's make that one standard as well. It will fire on anything it can see. Alright, not seeing too much there. The snipers that we've got over through here, we should have more than one group of snipers. Where's the other group? They're over here. I do want to have snipers on either side of the map, just so we can start to choose things out. Let's just see if we've got any more snipers back at home. Thought I had another group. Must be back in one of the vehicles. Yeah, here we go. In one of these. Right, so we've got snipers in here. I'll move these out. So we'll just go to the sniper group.
Snipers reporting.
And we'll start to move them up. Just so we can spot. Now I want them to go into stealth mode.
Hostile spotted. Taking fire. Enemy sighted.
The sniper in there would do a good job.
Copy. Got company. Contact. Swamping. Got a fix on the enemy.
We're nicely out in the open.
Let's go in there. Got him in our side. Got him in our sight.
So while there's such big groups, just got to avoid this. So we're getting close to that. But we're mowing them down now that they're out in the open. We no longer got the support. I had something else go over here. This is looking good. So the homunoculi that were coming through the middle here have been pretty much wiped out. It's only the RPG guys at the back there that are still active. Got them. All right, so that happened very, very quickly. Let's still move the snipers. Where'd they end up? They're over here. I'm going to start to move them in to this location, I think. What can we get?
Relocating.
The snipers have got like a lot of stealth. The little blip is what we can do with reserves. Just move them over.
Copy that. Copy. Copy that.
Okay, there was nothing left in there. So this is now all gone. So we've got the control zone D. We'll now have to go for C. But we want to just keep an eye on what's going on. So I'm just going to put the snipers back into here. We'll move the rangers up as well.
Rangers ahead.
And we'll be wanting to now look down this way. So we do actually have these snipers that were here. We'll start to move them towards the front. So look for red dots that appear over this side. We saw that we triggered units that were back in there. Oh, here we go. We do actually have these now coming through.
Rangers under fire.
They can't go into buildings.
Reporting. Enemy spotted. Rangers under attack.
They're down. That's good. So don't have to really worry about those anymore. We'll now bring the Bradley up. Just into a sort of support location back into here, I guess, or even along this road. Actually, I don't want to go too near this danger zone. B we're going to have to take though as well, and the danger zone is going to keep on spawning different units. B is going to be a hard one, so I think what we'll do is just move across now into here.
Got it.
So we may have to go, yeah, there we go. We can see there's more homunoculi back in this zone in around area C. We have to sort of swap what we do now.
Vehicle ready.
I Move that one across.
Humpty, en route.
Move this one up as well, just into here.
Humpty, en route.
We've still got these guys.
Infantry reporting. Get moving, squad.
And we've got the snipers, which were down this way, I thought. There they are.
Snipers reporting.
Put them onto stealth mode.
Change in position. Copy that.
There. And then we'll drop down to take cover.
Hide.
Everything else looks pretty cool there. Far enough the way there. That's not too bad for the sniper.
Change in position.
What's that building? That's an abandoned M113.
Just give us the target.
It's all done. There won't be much else for us to clear out down this side, I don't think.
Hostile spotted.
Hostile spotted. Here we go. Homunoculi coming.
Let's move.
Get them as they come across this ridge.
Rangers under fire. Contact. In down. Got a visual on hostile.
All coming through there.
Taking fire.
Damage there.
Rangers lead the way.
Still got 4 units. The guy that had the grenade launcher was taken out, but the others will then go and pick it up.
Want us to take the shot? Enemy close in.
Let's take these out now.
Contact. Snipers taking fire.
Okay, something's firing at us from over here. More homunoculi. I think we're going to have to move this thing up again. At least over to here somewhere.
Got it. Contact.
I took one out.
Snipers under attack. Need to fall back. Orders, sir. Eliminate target.
There we go. Got rid of one of them. Snipers are surgical with what
Got
they
him in
do.
our side.
Now that guy over here is the one with the grenade launcher, so let's just go and take him out.
Taking the shot.
With our snipers. These are the snipers, don't really get a shot at it.
We're ready. Move for them.
Let's keep that one there. They're moving up into that building.
Aim for the head.
Missed. Oh, now we're starting to take too much damage from over here. There's 2 more groups, another homunoculi group. So we've got heaps of these Terminator units now.
Order, sir.
Let's move out of there.
Change of position.
Again, just to get them all nicely healed up.
Reporting.
And we'll move this one across under here. Almost lost one there.
Monos, take the shot. Need immediate support. Got company.
We have to avoid that. So that's really, really dangerous. This is actually where we now have to start. B and C will both have these. And this is going to do a lot of damage to us.
That's outside. Squad has the door.
Just 2 man down. Where was that? I think we're still okay here. But yeah, this thing here is really, really debilitating. Maybe I'll take it out with one of these, but let's just heal up first.
Contact. Leadership.
Okay, that one's been fixed. So they're all in there. That's actually not too bad. Just need to get this guy healed up. Let's take it out with the anti-tank guided missile.
Fire everything. Got company. One more down.
Okay, that's good. All right, that is a good way to get rid of these. It's such long range. It works out very, very well. Okay, so we'll just go and turn them off. We've still got 5 of them. And yeah, we'll just keep that one where that is for now. All right, so that's taken out one of the towers. There should be another tower back over in here somewhere, ultimately, that we'll need to sort of go and locate. We've got more of the guys coming back this way, so let's go and deal with these.
People ready? Rapid, inbound. Monos, take the shot. Rangers under fire. That's outside it.
So we're doing damage to that vehicle at the back. Again, I don't want that to happen.
Got him in our side.
That's okay. We're clearing them out. More coming across this bridge now. Let's move it away from the angle to destroy this M113, which I would like to keep.
Target spotted.
More of them coming in.
Taking fire. Contact. Rangers under attack.
Just do another F5 here.
That's outspotted. Got a visual on us. Get down. Contact.
These guys are taking damage, but that's okay.
Enemy moving.
Right, they've been pretty much wiped out now, and these guys are now healing up. Let's go and get this thing healed up as well. That one should start to heal up as well on its own.
Prepared. Combat ready.
Yep, that's happening. All right, so that's now been done. And we'll now just start to move up. See what else we can spot.
Copy that. Relocating. Copy. Copy that.
That one's
Relocating.
a big one.
Get low.
Just drop that one down. Get our rangers up now.
Rangers here. Yes, sir. Rangers ahead. Change of position.
Move that one across. We wanted to go up and just see if there's any other vehicles up this way as well, because we're now sort of getting to the stage where we need to be
Rangers ahead.
clearing out the everything. So we've taken that one out, which is good.
Affirmative. Rangers lead the way. Yes, sir.
Now it's still red,
Rangers under attack.
which means there's something else in here. So still got homunoculi in through there.
Copy that.
Bring that one across as well. And I might as well bring this one up now as well, I think.
Bad trouble, Herbert. Got company. On us, take the shot. Eliminate target. Enemy focus. Taking fire.
I think we're close enough to use the EMP here. Yep, no, not close enough just yet. EMP grenade, yeah, can't quite do it. But moving to this building I can.
Hoorah! Got him in our side. Enemy focus. We are under attack. Enemy sighted.
Alright,
Rangers reporting.
now. Yeah, so now I can actually start to do this. I think do I have to right click? Nope, hang on, must be left click. Here we go. So they've now been suspended by EMP blast, and so all of them are now suspended. So now we grab these guys and just go in and destroy it, like take the building on.
Might be worth checking if this vehicle still runs.
I found another vehicle. Come on, don't waste time, guys. Get in there, kill them.
Up away.
One's down. Uh-oh.
Contact. Rangers under fire.
Got him. All right, so we've taken that building, which is good. So this is now a heavily armed building, and we have then more coming down the road here. Some more homunoculi this way. Let's now move this one up to help defend. All right, so that's now been taken. These guys are in control here. They've all healed up.
Snipers reporting. Copy.
What I'll do there is just change these back to standard mode.
Enemy focus.
Okay, just said enemies located again. That usually means that there's another red dot somewhere that appears. Where? Nope, not seeing it. Okay, we've got this one. We've got this one now.
Rangers under fire.
Okay, that's good. So it looks like we've sort of pretty much got this now under control. What I might do is move the Rangers up. Or we could even move the vehicle. No, we'll move the Rangers.
Hoorah!
And we'll bring this group up as well.
Infantry reporting. Confirmed. Setting up overwatch.
So we've still just got B now to deal with.
Rangers reporting.
Be very surprised if there wasn't some sort of vehicle up in here,
Rangers lead the way.
but maybe not.
Holding. Hoorah! Affirmative. Rangers ahead. Rangers lead the way. Hoorah! Yes, sir.
I don't want to get too close to that danger zone
Rangers ahead.
because there will be strong protection there.
Affirmative.
And clearing B is going to be hard enough anyway.
Rangers ahead. Yes, sir. Rangers lead the way.
What's that? Just a technical.
Rangers here.
Right, well it's pretty clear from this other side now. These guys can't drive that one, but this one can.
Rangers hold position.
We may need to go in with more EMP back into B, but we'll just see how we go.
Vehicle secured.
Go and grab that one. Get the sniper over here
Snipers reporting.
to go and grab this one.
Snipers loading.
Bring this one across the middle.
We'll be there.
Get these guys to go and grab the striker.
Going for a ride.
We'll bring this off the map now.
Let's move.
And then this striker will... yeah, we can't tow that one. The striker, can we do it with
Where
any
are
of
we
this? We can't get to tow that one because this one is damaged with its movement. It's been immobilized.
Snipers
So let's go
reporting.
and fix it up.
Rangers ready.
This one here, we'll just go and fix up that one.
Order start.
And fix this one up.
Got a car. Let's move. On our way.
Should be able to attach this trailer. No, we can't do it. We might not be big enough to do that actually. So let's move back out again.
Let's go.
Just got to avoid these areas in here. Yeah, none of these can tow it. When this guy gets off, we can then bring it back in again.
RPG team here.
Now, what else did we pick up? There's another vehicle somewhere else, I thought. This one here.
Let's drive.
Go back into there. And it's often just for the guns that I want to get these sort of platforms. I'll also bring this supply truck off the map now, I think.
Let's move.
We'll have to bring in some sort of other platform into... look, this is very, very slow moving. God, I wish I could grab that helicopter.
Eagles are in position.
Okay, they're off. So we now go back in. We do actually have these in through here. So what I'll do is I'll just go back to this digger and deselect that group. So no crew on that one. The one there as well. We'll just deselect that as well, and just come back in with this. This one, we'll just refuel that one up. And it does have a cannon on top. Not that we need it, so I won't bother resupplying it. But I will actually go and grab that that other crew member that we've just brought in, or another one anyway. And you can then just go and confirm that one. Oops, hang on. We need to just go and bring it back in now. And just tell it that it should be able to now go and connect that one. Yeah, now we can do it. Now, hang on. It's going to move up through here, which we don't want that to happen. So we'll just micromanage this.
We'll be there. Snipers reporting.
Oh, I've got this as well.
Rangers ready. Vehicle secured. Copy that. Change of position. If this vehicle still runs, we could make use of it.
Okay, found another one. Another Bradley. Fantastic. This is great. So ultimately, we don't want to be close to destroying that one at all.
Ranger.
I need to fix that one up. Put this one back to stealth mode. We want to see what's at B. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be very hard to grab this while this is. It's always going to be spawning units just to defend the
Relocating.
off ramp.
Copy that.
There we are. That's it in the corner there. So that's what we were looking for. So this is the one with the anti-tank guided missiles. We're just going to go and move that one up into here somewhere.
Got it.
So just while we've got visuals on that. Now what else we
Rangers
got?
reporting.
So that one is ready to roll. Let's move it down away from there.
Yes, sir. Enemies on the ring.
Oh, I've just taken it out. Yeah, so they've just fired. Now that we've got victory, but we need to get a group in here. So that's going to be the last thing we then go and try to take. This one here is ready. We'll just go and fix that one up. There's nothing else for us to grab, I don't think. Oh yes, we've got this technical, which I don't really need, but I might as well grab it, I guess. I wish I could get that helicopter. That'd be really, really useful. Ultimately, yeah, it's just no way I can grab it, unfortunately. Who else we got?
Responding.
Let's move them off the way.
The day is ours. Ammo wagon repaired. Relocating. Get low. Copy.
They can't drive that, so we need
Change of
a
position.
full group to be able to go and do that one. And then we just want to declare victory straight away once we've done that, once we've got all the vehicles under our control. Now that's a trailer, which means we need to bring another group in. So we'll bring another tractor in. And we need to bring one, yeah, so I can have one of these crew drive that one. refuel that one up, and we'll also then go and get the other technicians just to come in as well. Okay, that should do us. Confirm.
Unit reporting. Let's move.
Hook that one up. That one should be okay. We've got group in here as well. Get that one healed up. Oh yeah, look at this, anti-tank guided missiles in there as well. So that's an awesome pickup there, just from the weaponry.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be able to then make good use of that one. And just need to get a group up into here, really. What I could do is I could find a force that is...
What you need.
we've got in there. We're just looking for people that can actually then go and
Reporting.
drive this one here. If we've got the striker, yeah, which we do need. Just go and repair that one as well. Just looking for the drivers in through this other side for these sorts of units. Now this one here, this Humvee, anyone can drive the Humvee. Where are you?
Here.
One's over there. Anyone close by that can take that one? Yeah, that one could actually drive it as well. But yeah, there's no one around. Actually, this one here can take the striker, I think. If we offload the striker. Just let them fix it.
Ready, sir.
And then they can come up and get ready to take that other location. And so this, I don't think these can drive the striker. Oh, they can.
All
Okay,
aboard.
that's good. So we'll get them in there.
In position.
So that'll be 3 Bradleys that we end up with now. We'd love an Abrams tank. So the 2 skull difficulty we see there is actually just the amount of reserves that they can bring in. So as long as you can sort of keep your force together, your the numbers, like the number of skulls, don't really matter that much. It's really only that one there that I would love to pick up. I just can't do it.
On our way.
Would love it. Okay, that's now hooked up.
Get there.
So that will then just, when we finish, that will then come through. This one's now coming in as well, just to pick up this trailer. So rather than buying equipment, just do it this way.
Squad reporting. Let me drive.
Now this one we may trigger defences here. We just want to go straight for the victory now. Alright, so that one there is fine. It's sort of out of ammo, but that's actually fine. So we'll just go and declare victory. So we picked up a lot of vehicles there. Accept. And continue. So, just read a few of the comments. Can you use the EMP grenade on them? Yes, you can. The EMP grenade's got a very light, slow range. You saw there, I don't know if you were watching when I just managed to sort of clear that building with them. That's sort of how they're mainly used. If you were talking about that big tower, It's very hard to get close enough to then to bring that one out. So it's sort of one of those things you can sneak up on those towers and then take them out with with RPGs. But with that TOW, like the track on wire anti-tank guided missile that we have, we can fire at very, very long range. And so that's sort of a bit of a game changer for us, to be honest. So we picked up resources there. This is going to be common stuff that we then pick up each time. So we captured this from Legion. So number 7 is intended to be captured by Legion from Marauders, and 14 is intended to be captured by the cartel from Marauders. So this is the attacks going through for the next
Word
turn.
on the line is Legion are bulking up their production of Rev 6 units. Our fighting must have got the wireheads worried.
Right, that's actually not a good sign for us. With the Rev 6s are coming, that's going to be more problematic for us. So we have a fairly, they're actually attacking down into there, so we're not going to be able to do that ourselves. This is now total elimination still. What else have we got? Total elimination. I want to sort of avoid those sorts of things. I'm going to have to get going anyway, but this is, all of these are just total elimination, unfortunately. So what are these? These up through here are total elimination. That's interesting. Only one area there. So that would be a hard one for us to go and do. Riverside Village. What about this one? So, okay, this is the Assault of Integrators Base. So this is a different type of mission through here. Defenders will need to hold their key point until their enemy lose all of their forces and reserves. Attackers need to capture key point before they run out of reserves. In order to begin an assault on a key point, attackers need to capture armaments on the hill first. Our second point gives additional reinforcement route when captured. This must be the capital of this particular group. Actually, sector rewards. Get the Integrators tank. So these are the Integrators. These are the ones that fight with the others. That would be very, very cool to get hold of those. You've got the anti-tank guided missile launchers back in through there. I won't... anyway, we're sort of back out. If we go back to our army, so we've now sort of captured these... that's the capital there. If we did manage to... I mean, it would be a hard one to capture. And to be honest, these total eliminations just aren't that great. They're difficult to play. I was hoping to go for that one next. Let's go back into the army. So we'll just rattle through. We've now got 3 of these Bradleys. So this one here, we've got. This is the one that was doing all the damage with the Bradley anti-tank guided missile. We've got the this one here is the one with the light plasma cannon. And this one also has a light plasma cannon. In fact, that's the one we had on the map. This one here is the one that we just took off with the other guys. So this will be expensive to reload, but it's going to be important. We'll just see if there's anything else that we can sort of bring back in to make this one sort of more impactful with the way that we sort of then work. Just go through each of these. That one's got nothing new. This one here we just brought off. This one does have a twin light plasma cannon, and that's so that's different again. To the this is just a single light plasma cannon. So if we take that one off, this can only really affect the heavy platform. Yeah, nothing else can really be. It can't really be put on anything else. So we could put that on there on the heavy platform. We'll just have a look and see what else there is. Striker. So we've got 2 basic strikers in through that side. This one does need to be healed up. Nothing else coming in through there. These are all just going to be stock standard at this stage because they're all the other ones that we actually picked up. Now we did pick up a technical that had the Humvees. They're the 2 Humvees that we've got already. This one here's just got the standard. Now we do actually have another one of these RPGs, these mounted recoilless rifles, and these have been very, very cool on these units. So so I think we'll actually almost just go across. But let's see what else we've got. This one here is actually the mounted track-on-wire anti-tank guided missile launcher, which I'm not sure what we can use that one on, but this is long range. Let's just go and take that one off for a second and just see if there's anyone else that can actually use that one. The APC can, which would be good actually. That's it's going to have better armor. Anyway, and the Humvees can as well. I might pop it on the APC. Yeah, that one could be interesting. That way we could fire from extremely long range. So that's yeah, that's really quite cool. We'll just resupply that one and refuel. One of the things, we do now have a fair bit of supply back in again, which is good. So we sort of need to, well, if I go back in and sort of did all of the repairs, all the vehicles, that's only 200, that's actually okay. So we'll just repair all of them. Go back to refuel them all at 17,000. So I don't really want to do that just yet. And to redo all of this, 38,000. So we end up chewing through all of our supplies if we did all of that. But that's actually sort of works fairly well. Then we've got the supply truck. We sort of used most of the supplies. We'll just go and bring those supplies back in again. That was very, very important. And we'll just refuel this one back up as well. So there will be certain things we do want to supply, or that we want to refuel. Yeah, that one's got hardly any fuel. That's going to cost a fortune to refuel that one. This is why you don't want to be spending too much if you can help it. I think we'll just make all of the Humvees with that same style with the recoilless rifle. So these are now things we can buy from the different locations. Actually, what's that one? Heavy howitzer. I don't know if we can use that one anywhere. We do have the mounted plasma heavy machine gun, which we could use on the strikers. Play up and the rate of fire of a machine gun, but you pay for this with a much shorter firing distance. Yeah, we want the fairly long range for the strikers that we actually have. So we've got just 2 standard strikers. I might I can refuel it, but with these sort of guns, we can buy these from the locations that we actually have. So the strikers, definitely want machine guns on these guys, on the strikers, I think. I can put these mounted miniguns. So we've got those as well. But the miniguns can go on the strikers. Grenade launcher, not so much. Yeah, I think we'll go back this other way with the strikers and just use the miniguns, which are less damaging than the basic 50 cal heavy machine gun, but the density of fire is such that it's almost impossible to hide from the minigun, exit weapon against uncovered infantry. So it's not going to be as good as this one here. Range 120. What's this range? Range 100. So it's slightly less. Better against. I think we'll just keep the standard. I think that will sort of be fine there. Just refuel that one up. Resupply. There'll be hardly anything to put on that one there. These guys have taken all the guns back off these. We could put the these chain guns, which is a lot of damage. So we've got 2 of those, and we've got both of these could actually have those. And that one's the 50 cal. I can actually place one of these on there as well. Sort of make it into a an anti-tank gun. You know, that might not be a bad idea. Put the chain gun there. And heavy platform there. I might as well bring this one back. Yeah, range 110. This one's range 120. That's okay. So bring that one across. All right, we'll resupply that one. So we'll probably end up bringing these these back out. And we can sort of then find ways we can then sort of go and make these even more powerful. Again, the strikers, we've got different things we've sort of done with one of these strikers, but not with the other one. But I have actually run out of time, guys, so we're probably going to have to leave it here, I think, and then come back in and just sort of rejig this next time around. But this is we're getting very, very strong little collections now with the different forces we end up having. Again, I don't really want to keep these so much, the like these technicals. I'll keep them for now. Now the upgrades. Do we have? Yeah, we've got a couple of these now. I'm going to make sure that at least one of these can be a helicopter pilot. There we are. Confirm that one. So we now have a helicopter group in through that side. Just one, I think. So we'll just go tanks in through the other side with all the others. That one we've lost a unit because we just upgraded it, so we'll just bring that one back up and resupply. These ones here, fine. This one here goes up another level. We've already got the tank Olympics in through that side. Now this one here, of your vehicle, learn to bring it to combat ready as quickly as possible. 30% to driving deployment speed. Anti-tank mine laying. Do you like to arrange surprises? You can surprise the enemy more with an anti-tank mine. Yeah, maybe. Bombs on legs. Turn the machine gun's reactor into a mini nuke. No, we don't want to do that one. EMP devices. You don't have to be a physicist to understand infantry and to use EMP grenades to temporarily disable attention to avoid. I think we have to be outside the vehicle to use that. We do actually have advanced smoke screen tactics. Now that we've seen one helicopter, I'm sort of now inclined to go that way. Cover everything in smoke. Actually, that's pretty a good one there. Let's just go that way. I don't know if I can use that one from the vehicle. We'll confirm that one. Oh, hang on, we've got 2 level ups here. In that case, we'll grab the EMP devices as well. So they level up twice. That's pretty cool. So that's all of those now. RPG squad is smoke screen, grenade, power lifter, rocket man. Yeah, that one's a good one for these guys. So again, we're just chomping through this stuff. Just go and resupply you. Snipers. What have we done with the others? Yeah, they've got bullet rain and relentless killer. Yeah, the efficient kills I think are probably going to be the way to go here. So plus 10% damage. Comedian's a good one as well. I think we'll go relentless killer for that one there. So that's fine. And we've got this one here, the infantry. Armored, difficult. Okay, this one here has got plus 20% hit points, but less speed. The speed doesn't worry me so much. It's more just we need to be protecting ourselves. Again, they've got Rocket Man as well. They do get to use rockets. I think we'll go armored. And we've got this heavy weapons squad as well. We've already got power lifter. Grenade lobbing. I might go weapon lover there just to get the deployment down faster. That's it for everything, I think. So that's all the level ups. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow if you're around.